right, this is about the third page on the set of notes that came with that little diagram that we've been referring to on it. The segment addition postulate is also known as betweenness of points, and you need to know that because that's what your book uses. Betweenness of points. Okay, and so either one of these theorems are saying the same thing. When I wrote it in my proof book, I would put both titles, okay? What betweenness theorem of points theorem or segment addition postulate theorem says, if B, point B on this number line that I'm dotting kind of heavy, is between A and C, so if you have a point between two other points, in other words, then the pieces of the line segments add up to the total line segment. And so that's why they've got here AB, so that's this distance, plus BC, which is this distance, is equal to AC. The whole length is AC, and the two pieces added together add up to the whole thing. It makes common sense. If you had a piece of string and you cut it in half, you would know that if you put the two halves back together, it's the same as the original length. So this is no rocket science idea here, but it's used in a lot of proofs. And even at the end of the book, you'll still be using betweenness of points or segment addition postulate, either one. I would use this, since if you're checking your answers with your books, I'd use this betweenness of points. That's what it's going to say. Okay, so for example, they can give you word problems on this. Find the length of LS if T is between L and S. Well, all that's saying is that, well, T is here, and LT is 380, and TS is 360, so if I want to know the whole length, LS, all I got to do is add up the two parts, 380 and 360. It's going to be, what, 740? So LS is 740. That's just the answer to that one. Okay, looking at example 2, it says find the length of GH. And so here's what we notice. The whole thing is FH, and it's 36. And this little piece is 21, right? Well, wouldn't GH, if I added a 21, have to equal 36? So what we often do, I could call it G or whatever. I'm just going to call it X so it looks like our algebra from last year. If I said 21 plus X, shouldn't it equal the whole line segment? 36, the two parts, 21 plus X, the part we don't know, is equal to the whole line segment, 36. So all I got to do really is subtract 21 from 36, and you didn't have to write an algebraic equation to do it, but if you like algebraic equations, you know, X is going to be what, 15, because 15 and 21 is 36. So that's all you got to do on example 2. Now, example 3 says point L is between N and M on NM. So let's just draw a picture. That helps a whole lot. N, M, and L is somewhere in between. We don't know where. If NL is 6x minus 5, so this much is 6x minus 5, and LM is 2x plus 3, and NM, the whole thing, is 30, find X, basically. It says draw and label the points. Well, we did that. When you start reading these problems, don't wait for them to tell you to draw and label the points. That's what you got to do in geometry. You got to sketch a diagram and get after it yourself, and then they're not always going to say this. Use substitution to find the value of NL and LM. So when we get done, we want to know what X is, and then we want to plug it in to find out how long NL really is, and we want to plug it in to find out how long LM really is. Okay, so if you look at this, what we need to do is we need to say 6x plus 5 plus 6x minus 5 plus 2x plus 3 is 30. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now I wrote that down. I said it earlier, but now I've written it down. If we combine like terms, 6x and 2x would give me 8x. I'm going to write over up here, and hopefully you'll be okay with that. And then a negative 5 plus a positive 3 would be a negative 2. So it would be minus 2. 8x, we would have 8x minus 2. Why it won't show up, I don't know. I'll try my hand. 8x minus 2 is equal to 30. And it won't go. So 8x minus 2 is 30. So if we add 2 to each side, we'd have 8x. Can't get it to work, but I'm going to finish the video. We'd have 8x equal 32. And if you divide both sides by 8, x equal 32 divided by 8 would be 4. And for some reason, my iPad won't let me record on it, so I'm just going to do it with my voice. So x is 4. If I plug 4 in up here for NL, 6 times 4 would be 24. 24 minus 5 would be 19. So NL is 19. Write that on your paper, even though I can't write it on the iPad right now. I'd have to start the whole video over just to do that little piece there. And then LM, if x was 4, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 would be 11. So LM would be 11. So we'd have 19 for NL and 11 for LM, and when we add those together, we would get 13.